The new Red Dead Online update for the month of January has brought about 6 insane golden money bonuses and payout changes for you to enjoy, and today on the show we will be breaking down all the best ways to capitalize on these bonuses so you can make tons of extra golden money by playing Red Dead Online this month. These bonuses are some really great opportunities for building wealth, and you can either just relax and play the game for your own enjoyment and still stack tons of currency, or if you're a hardcore player, you can take the more grindy approach by being smart with running these missions and engaging with these activities by selectively picking and choosing where to focus your efforts, and you can make game-changing amounts of gold money and XP this month. So with that said, let's get started. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Jumping right in, for the first bonus, we have double money and XP on all trader sale missions. For the trader role, it's important you focus on accruing 100 goods for deliveries at long distance. These will net you $1,250, and you can do one of these basically once every 4 hours. If you just look at the time it takes to produce goods, it's 2 minutes per good, or basically 200 minutes for all 100, which is 3 hours and 20 minutes total. Add in the long distance delivery times to actually drive the wagon, the resupply times, or if you're buying supplies, switching lobbies and stuff like that, and basically other wasted efficiency and round numbers. It's about 4 hours if you stay on schedule and be decisive with your time. The best way to accumulate materials for the trader role is by hunting legendary animals by doing Harriet's legendary animal sighting missions. Linked in the description is a chart of all legendary animals in Red Dead and the breakdown of how much money you make by selling them to Gus, their pelt value in materials, their carcass value in materials, and more. And when it comes to this chart, we want to focus on the trader material section. From here, just take the best animals off the chart and focus on those missions when you see them at Harriet's missions. Of course, if there are none of those available, you just need to take what you can get, but I highly recommend you focus in on animals that don't take very long to track down so you can kill and skin them really fast, over focusing on animals with the highest pelt material value, which those missions may take a long time. So for example, the banded gator yields 40.63 materials, but it only takes about a minute to do. The Iwakta panther yields 43.13 materials, the Akahi boar yields 41.25 materials, the milk coyote is worth 38.13 materials, the Anami elk is worth 41.16 materials, the Peta bison yields 58.75 materials, and the Rutile horn ram yields 56.25 materials. There's other really good animal sighting missions to try out, like the legendary golden spirit bear, for example, which will yield a staggering 62.50 materials, but my issue with this mission in particular is that there's variants of it that can take upwards of 5 or 10 minutes, or sometimes even longer if you don't know exactly where to search for the animal clues and which ones to search first, so that you can get the scent and the trail of the animal and not waste time running in circles searching. I'd assume most players don't know the clue spawns and which clues progress the missions the fastest, so for that reason I recommend just avoiding the spirit bear unless you really just want to play it, because it does take a long time most of the time. The banded gator, for example, like I said, spawns about 50 feet away from you on all variants of the mission, so you can complete it in basically 1 minute to 1 minute and 30 seconds most of the time. Next up, we have an opportunity for double money and XP on all Moonshiner sale missions. Now typically what you're going to see is players producing the best moonshine flavors that pay the most, and they're just going to leave it at that. But I propose an alternative for those who want to get even more significant gains. I highly recommend you make the berry cobbler moonshine for a few reasons. For one, it's because the buyer is virtually always available. While it is 2-star moonshine, and of course you can make up to $494 per cell with the 3-star special recipes, there's a few problems you're going to run into with that. For one, these recipes take antique alcohol bottle collectibles or wildflowers, which means you'll have much less of those for your collection sets that you can sell to Madame Nazar, and you're only going to make a couple of extra dollars using them in the moonshine compared to just selling the sets as they are, so it's not that much better and the profit margins are not that much greater. But the big problem is that all these recipes, except for one, won't have a guaranteed buyer when your shine is ready. With berry cobbler, that's the exception. Appleberry crumb used to be the recipe that you want to do, but that was changed with the naturalist update basically 2.5 years ago, and now berry cobbler is the singular recipe that you want to make if you want to find a reliable buyer. I've done well over 1,200 moonshine cells since that moonshiner roll changed 2.5 years ago, and the berry cobbler buyer was unavailable only once from all of these runs. So it's not an absolute 100% guarantee that you're always going to have a buyer ready for the berry cobbler, but it's virtually 100%, and if I tried to explain the math, it would just take too long. Just know that basically anytime you want to sell berry cobbler, someone's going to be able to buy it from you, and you're going to be able to sell $453 moonshine basically once every single hour. If you sell 3-star moonshine, yeah, you can make more money from a singular sell mission, but of course, you know, you may need to wait 10 minutes here, 30 minutes there, sometimes you'll forget, and so you'll just be wasting time and money over time. So in 4 moonshine runs in a 4-hour play session, you're looking at $1,816 just for about 15 minutes spent on moonshine deliveries. After that, we have double gold, money, and XP on the SOVRANO diamond blood money opportunity. This one is pretty straightforward. The key here is starting this opportunity mission on ruthless difficulty and spending 12 minutes on this mission so you can make over $370 and 72 gold nuggets, or you can opt for the 30-minute method for max payout, $450 and 96 gold nuggets after 30 minutes. The problem with this bonus, like other double gold events we've had on opportunity missions, is the fact that these require capitali to start, and to start them on ruthless difficulty, that requires 25 capitali, so you can only play up to 2 of these in a row because you can only hold up to 50 capitali in total. While this bonus is useful if you have a bank of capitali ready to spend, I wouldn't recommend that you play the game with the sole intent on farming capitali for these bonuses. The other blood money crimes and contracts which yield capitali are still worth playing, of course, but focusing on them in between your trader and moonshiner roll production upkeep is certainly advised in my opinion. I wouldn't substitute those missions for sacrificing trader and moonshiner because those are double money sale missions, and obviously you want to focus on those. And absolutely, please do not buy capitali. That's a terrible idea. Next up, we have triple money and XP on all collector and naturalist free roam events. If you're keen on taking full advantage of these collector free roam events, check out the Red Dead Online free roam event schedule on screen. This is accurate for the central time zone in the US, but you can just Google a certain time in your own time zone to get the correct time for you, and that is when these events will start. I'll also include the link to this free roam event schedule down in the description below for your convenience. The events you want to look out for this week are the Condor Egg, Salvage, Legendary Animal Tagging, and Protect Legendary Animal free roam events. Condor Egg is awesome because that egg is worth $1,000 if you happen to find it in the event, and you can sell it to Madame Nazar for $1 grand, but unfortunately, it's just the event payouts that are triple money, not the Condor Egg itself. That would be insane if you could make $3,000 from it. The important thing to note with these events, though, is they only come up every so often, so it's not necessarily something that you can grind back to back to back repeatedly like other missions in games, so I don't think that this one's a really big deal. Next up, triple money and XP on featured series game modes all month long. Sort of like the free roam events, this one's optional and only really worth it if you're a big PvP player anyway. Most of these matches are going to be 9 minutes long, which means basically nothing crazy. You're going to be getting around 24 gold nuggets and maybe $60 a match. It is a lot of money, gold and XP, that can accumulate over time, but you just need to be present when the match ends in order to get your payouts. But of course, not everyone likes PvP, and that's where I would argue the better and much more lucrative money-making strategies like Trader and Moonshiner come into play. But if you're interested in these, we do have some pretty fun featured series game modes to try out this month, so definitely give it a try. Lastly, quadruple XP on gang hideouts. This one is just flat out silly. There's no mission timer or payouts for clearing the gang hideouts besides treasure maps that you can loot and the small amounts of cents that you can earn from looting dead bodies. So if that's quadrupled, that would be pretty cool, but it's not. It's just XP, so don't even bother wasting your time if you're only interested in cash or gold here. Of course, if you are interested in cash or gold, it could still be worth taking part in for those treasure maps, but that's really the only value that this gang hideout bonus provides. So that's everything I wanted to cover in regards to tips, tricks, best practices, and meta strategies for making tons of gold and money and XP insanely fast and easy for the Red Dead Online January event and update. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardOusHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.